done. This is another day to get out and make it count. This is another day for you to be better than you were the day before. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is that you're going through, just know you're going to get through. No matter what it is in life that you may be facing, just know it will pass. You know what I mean? You don't have to doubt it. You don't have to worry about it. Everything happened for a reason. You know, you got to keep on doing what you're doing though. You got to keep on showing up. You got to keep on being thankful, showing that humility. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep on being yourself. You don't let nobody trick you out your spot. You don't let nobody take you off of your throne. You know what I'm saying? It's mind over matter. You know what I'm saying? Mind over matter. Continue to mind your business. Drink your water and find you something productive to do. Read a book or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be out here running like a chicken with your head cut off. You don't know if you're coming or going. You don't know if you are available to show up in the same way you did previously. You see what I'm saying? So, what's up, Bruce? Bruce, what's up, boy? So, you want to be mindful of the decisions that you're making. You want to be mindful of the company that you're keeping. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Everything happened for a reason. Everything you go through, it happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about making that decision to get back up. It's all about making that decision to stay up. You don't want to lose your head. You want to use your head. Don't lose yourself trying to help everybody else. You got to do it for yourself. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you still got to love, you still got to love yourself. You still got to help yourself. You still got to show up for yourself. You still got to get up and, brush your teeth and, first thing first. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about what somebody did or what somebody said. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about that. Sometimes it's just about you learning the lesson, learning what to do and what not to do. You know what I mean? It ain't all about what somebody done to you. That's why you gotta keep a forgiving heart. Cause when you forgive, God gonna be able to forgive you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to move past the chaos, move past the confusion. But we all got things we dealing with. We all got things we going through. But we don't let those things we going through determine how we go through, how we show up. You don't let nobody predict your character. If you got up out the bed, you was feeling good, feeling great. Now all of a sudden you get around a certain crowd or you go into a certain environment, then here you got somebody being negative towards you. You got somebody that's trying to pull you down. But you just woke up out the bed and you got your day started, and soon you get up, you get that phone call. You see what I'm saying? You get that, maybe somebody call you with some disturbing news about anything, or did you just hear what happened on the news? You know what I'm saying? And you done held the conversation with them for maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and now you feeling drained. Now you feeling tired. Now you don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? Because you all of a sudden, let somebody pull you down. They drained you, and you didn't know it because you was just being open with them. You was trying to get them some love. But you know what I'm saying? They don't know what they done. All they know is they had a situation to where it pulled you down. So we're going to have many distractions. But then it ain't about the distractions. It's about you staying up and keep getting up. Because life going to come at you. But when life come at you, you got to be ready to come back at life. That's why you don't let nobody change your character for how they treat you. That's why you keep that forgiving heart. That's why you let go and let the situation take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? You don't take matters in your own hand to where you acting off of impulse. You know what I'm saying? You like, this person say something to me one more time. If this supervisor come over here bother me one more time. You see what I'm saying? Now there it is. You done lost your temper. You done lost your anger. And now you don't know if you're coming or going because they done pulled on you. They done triggered you. They tried to knock you off the path. And that's why you gotta show up and continue to perfect your character. You gotta continue to be yourself. Don't let this world change you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is just trying to make an honest living, take care of their family. You know, they just trying to stay cool and smooth. You know what I mean? But then you always gonna have your clowns out here, and you always gonna have those that look at what you got and try to take it. So you got to be mindful of the company you keeping. It's okay to make the money, but don't let the money make you. See what I'm saying? It's okay to show up, but don't be showing up with a lot of things on your mind about what happened yesterday. Some things you can control, some things you can't. See what I'm saying? So you want to be able to be yourself. You don't want people to have influence over you because of their authority. That's why it's important to forgive. And you know, don't blame yourself for not seeing what's on the other side because you don't know yet. You see what I'm saying? But I can guarantee you're not where you used to be. You might not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. See what I'm saying? You maybe you struggled in a certain area, you know? Maybe you dealt with life a certain way. But then if you look back, you see right now you nothing like you was in your past. And that's something to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? That's something to tell God thank you for. You know, man, you know, it ain't about you losing sight of what somebody done for you. It ain't about you figuring out and being independent all on your own. It's not about that. It's about you getting back up and finding the path. It's about you trusting in the process. You see what I'm saying? If you don't quit, you just might reach your destination. But if you keep allowing people to get in your way, you keep allowing people to block you, you keep allowing people to stop you and predict your next move, or you know, you trying to, you know, they want to trigger you, they want to get you out of character because they don't like your piece. They can't understand how is it that you functioning and how is it that you showing up, you know, every day the same. You know what I mean? They know they provoking you. They know they doing things to cause you to anger, but then you don't react to it. You don't act on it, and now they want to do something to you know, to trick you out your spot or try to get you out of character. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know you better than that. You got to know you bigger than that. You bigger than what somebody said about you. You bigger than what somebody spread rumors about. You know? Hang on a second, y'all. So you know, sorry about that. I got a little. I just yeah, I had to check on something. But yeah, you can't let people uh block your shine. You know, stop you from being yourself. You're gonna have a lot of distractions. You know, you're gonna have days to where you don't feel like doing anything. You're gonna have days to where you want to give up. You're gonna have days to where you just like, you know what, enough is enough. I don't feel like it at the moment. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have days to where you just take time out for yourself. But that's all right. Just don't quit. Don't stop when the going get tough. You know? That's when you need to tighten up. That's when you need to go extra hard. That's when you need to go extra and accelerate. You see what I'm saying? But you don't let this world stop you. You don't let what you're going through prevent you from bettering yourself. You know? Continue to walk by faith and not by sight. Continue to go within yourself. You see what I'm saying? Don't lose yourself. Choose yourself. You know, you can get out here and help everybody and forget to help yourself. You know, you can love everybody, then you forget to love yourself. You know, sometimes we have to slow down and we have to, you know, take a moment to breathe. You know, take a moment to look at the many blessings that we've been blessed with. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just have to recognize that it's not all that bad. And you got to look at what you have. You blessed and highly favored. So you don't worry about what you don't have. Look at what you do have. And what you do have is enough to tell God thank you. You see what I'm saying? Be appreciative. Don't be going out here mistreating people because you having a bad day. You know, you disturbing people with your attitude or with your madness. So now you're going in the wrong direction. Well, you need to slow down and love yourself. You know, spend a little time with yourself. You know, acknowledge yourself. Show up for yourself. You know, it's gonna be alright. You know, don't just sit there now. Don't just sit there and let life beat you down. You know, when life coming at you, don't just sit there and take it. Do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself up, pick yourself up, and try again. You know, but don't lose your head. Use your head. You know what I'm saying? Use your head. You know, everything you going through is gonna be for your greater good. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be for your greater good. Everything you going through. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be alright. I promise it's gonna be alright. You know? One day at a time. One step at a time. You know, you gotta trust yourself now. Trust yourself before you trust anybody else. You gotta trust the process. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be easy, but then the more you do what's hard, you're gonna get what's easy. But the more you do, the more you do what's easy, you're gonna get what's hard. So you know what I'm saying? Life can be so much worse. But it's all about what we make it. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be appreciative for what you have. You don't want to keep looking at what somebody else have and now you trying to chase money. You trying to run up the ladder. No, slow down. Look at what you have. Look at what you got going for yourself. Look at how you loving yourself. Look at how when you put yourself first, how you have more time to be mindful of what you want to do. You see what I'm saying? You know, but if you ain't being mindful of what you got to do, hang on a second, y'all. Hang on a second, y'all. Let's not the work. If not, she need to know, prepare the finances. Yeah, you know, we ain't gotta let this life get the best of us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be panicking and you know what I'm saying? Like, slow down. Regain your peace. Be thankful for what you do have. If you're able to get to point A to point B, if you're able to take care of your family, put food on the table, don't be worried about helping the next person until you're able to help yourself. Now, if you got a little bit to give them, that's good. But then they just using you anyway. And it's, they may be using you in a good way, but sometimes you may want to say no. But then since you all they got, you say yeah. You see what I'm saying? You tell them yes. When it's kind of hurting you, when it's kind of making you feel like you want to say no, but you say yes. See, you say yes because you have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with having a good heart. You just got to have a little discipline. You got to set some standards, have some boundaries, and let your yes be yes and your no be no. You can't get out here people pleasing and, trying to get people to like you, trying to get people to recognize you, because you working hard. Ain't nothing wrong with working hard, but at the same time, you want to do what's for you. You want to do what's working for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be all, out here and not really understanding where you going, not really understanding what you doing. You being rushed. You got the boss, you got the manager, you got people on your job. They always in your business. They always picking and poking at you while you're walking. See what I'm saying? They feeling some type of way because of your shine. They feeling some type of way because how you show up for yourself. You wake up every day and you're motivated. You ain't waiting on nobody to tell you what to do. People gonna have a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? Because you took the opportunity to get up and help yourself. You took the time to say, you know what? I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm starting with the man and the woman in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. You see what I'm saying? And now that you're recognizing that you want to make that change, now you got to start doing the things to make that change. But you can't fault nobody for being rude to you, for being disrespectful, for being chaotic. You can control yourself, but you can't control them. Don't you let them trick you out your spot. That's what they want to do, because they jealous. They're intimidated by you because they think you trying to take their spot. But all you doing is trying to provide. All you doing is just trying to, make an honest living. You see what I'm saying? But somebody always gonna feel some type of way if you doing good, if you doing bad. People gonna talk about you if you're alive and if you're alive. See what I'm saying? They're gonna talk about you regardless. But then you can't allow that to steal your focus. You need to focus on what you're focusing on. Stop giving them your attention. Stop allowing them to upset you because you're trying to show them some respect. They gotta respect themselves first. You wanna be friendly. You're gonna have to smile. You're gonna have to show me I'm welcome. You're gonna have to show me we good, we at peace. Because I don't have a problem with you. You may have a problem with me, but it is what it is. That's the world we live in. It ain't fair. People got things that they go through, and they may not have anybody to talk to about it. So what they do, they come to work, or they may go out and about and carry that pressure with them, carry that pain with them. See what I'm saying? So don't ever get on your high horse like you got it going on to where you can't help somebody in need. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to help your brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But don't ever get on your high horse to where, you think you ain't got to help anybody. You think you don't have to listen to anybody. No, don't do that. Stay vigilant. Stay true to yourself. Don't never switch up. Even when people switch up on you and they mistreat you, you keep showing love. See what I'm saying? When you forgiving and turning the other cheek, and you operating in that love, you can't be stopped. Only you can stop you. You know what I'm saying? Only you can slow yourself down. Can't nobody stop you but you. It's up to you. It's up to you to let them steal your focus. It's up to you to let them steal your attention. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? You got things you got to do. You can't keep on occupying your time with people that ain't trying to support you. The more you support them, the more they gonna want support. And the more they not gonna want to support you. But you gotta be okay with that. You just can't lose your way. You just can't give up when the going get tough. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to keep on moving. Keep on choosing yourself. Keep on loving yourself. Don't let this world turn your heart cold. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this world turn your heart cold. Get up and get moving. Continue. Continue to choose yourself. Continue to love yourself. I wasn't planning on being on here too long, y'all, but hopefully I said something that'll help you on your daily journey. You're coming and going. You know what I'm saying? It's all about reach one, teach one. It's all about helping one another, you know. So hopefully I said something to help you out. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, leave a comment at the bottom. And if you made it to the end of this video, leave a comment at the bottom saying I finished the video. All right. God bless. I'll catch y'all on the next. Peace.